Alright, top 25 characters we need in Galaxy of Heroes right now. Let's go. Coming at number 25, we have General Pride from The Rise of Skywalker. Probably don't remember this guy that well. He didn't really do that much, but I don't know, he was kind of cool and he could be a nice first order lifter or something along those lines for SLKR. Coming at number 24, we actually have this Inquisitor that we know nothing about, except that he looks cool, and that's the only reason he's on here. If we knew who he was, he'd probably be higher even, but I don't know, he looks super sick. Coming at number 23, we actually have Valen Hess. Now, you might know this guy as the Imperial officer that Bill Burr's character shot in The Mandalorian Season 2. He put in a good performance. He could easily be like an Imperial remnant or something and bolster that faction a little bit, chuck him in with Moff Gideon. Could be a good time. Coming in number 22, we have Captain Paniker from the first and second movies, Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. He was basically Padme's bodyguard. Nothing too crazy there. Wasn't the greatest character, but he could be really interesting to chuck in, revitalize that Padme team now that it doesn't really exist because of Jedi Master Kenobi. Coming in number 21, we have somebody that probably wouldn't do that much fighting, but Bail Organa. Now, he's a cool character. He's always out and about. He's around. Would be nice to see him in game. And yeah. Coming in number 20, we have the Magistrate from Mandalorian Season 2, aka Morgan Elsbeth. She was the one with the Beskar spear. She was the one that was working for Grand Admiral Thrawn. She was the one that got clapped by Ahsoka. So she's pretty cool. Could definitely see her coming to the game at some point in the future. And yeah, so we are out of the top 20. Coming in at number 19, we have Admiral Yularen. Now, he's a pretty interesting one. He was around a lot in the Clone Wars, General Skywalker's right-hand man. Could chuck him with a 501st, maybe, just maybe. That could be an interesting switch-up. But more likely, he would just be a normal clone. Or even potentially something with the Empire, since he was throughout that era, part of the Empire. Coming at number 18, we have another smuggler, scoundrel, bad guy, Dryden Voss from Solo: A Star Wars Story. This guy was pretty cool, man, played by Paul Bettany. Definitely has a lot of potential there, a lot of backstory. Could work with Maul, sort of like the underground trading, the Crimson Dawn vibes. Could be pretty sick, but yeah, nothing too insane right there. Coming in number 17, we have Reiko Hardeen. Now, this is actually Obi-Wan Kenobi from when he went undercover as a bounty hunter in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. If you haven't seen that arc already, it's incredible. Go watch it. It's basically what inspired Squid Game. Wink, wink. But yeah, no, Reiko Hardeen is pretty much like a completely different character from Obi-Wan, so it would be really cool to see him maybe have a sniper ability, obviously be a bounty hunter, have some sniping capabilities, and yeah. Okay, next on our list, coming in at number 16, we have Taron Malicos from Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know if I said that name wrong. I actually didn't play that game, I'm sorry. But this guy's pretty cool. I watched the playthrough of Fallen Order. He was the one sitting on Dathomir for a while. Pretty cool character. Nothing too crazy. Could be a nice Sith addition to the team. Damn, we're just speedrunning here. Already at the top 15. Coming in at number 15, we have Nien Nunb. So this guy was actually in Battlefront 2015. And of course, iconic for the laugh. After escaping the Death Star. What a legend. Love this guy. Celestin would be first Celestin in the game. And yeah, hopefully we get him. Coming in number 14, we have somebody that we've been talking about for a while by the name of Snoke. I can definitely see this guy coming in, probably as a lifter, conquest character for Sith Eternal Emperor. Pretty cool guy, I guess, played by Andy Serkis, of course. A lot of force abilities, a lot of mind games. Could be a super sick kid. Coming at number 13, we have Prime Minister Olmec from Mandalore. So this guy actually got some pimped out armor in Clone Wars Season 7. It would be really sick to see him. I think it's kind of unlikely, but we could bolster that Mandalorian squad quite a bit with a few of these additions, and he would be one of them. That would be very welcome. Okay, I mentioned him before, but here we are at number 12, we have Migs Mayfield, aka Bill Burr. This guy was such an awesome character in The Mandalorian. I really hope we get him back for Season 3. Not much else to say about him. He's kind of badass, a bit of a bounty hunter, not a great guy, ex-Imperial. So some cool kid capabilities there, and I would love to see him in the game. Now coming at number 11, we have Agent Kallus from Star Wars Rebels, and I'm really surprised we never got this guy in game. He was pretty integral in the Rebels storyline. And I feel like he could be a really cool addition, either Imperial Troopers or after his defection to the Rebellion. So that could be super sick. Already cracking the top 10. We have speedrun this one. I'm probably going to slow down a little bit now to focus on these top 10. Coming in at number 10, we actually have Yaddle. Now, we've never really seen Yaddle do anything, but it's Tales of the Jedi. Yaddle is going to be kicking some ass. She looks super cool. We'll never say no to another Yoda species character. And yeah, she's on the Jedi Council. Super sick. Super sick to see her. Super sick to have her around. And yeah, hopefully we get her in game at some point. Would be a nice addition to the Jedi Council, put her with Kiadi Mundi, that kind of vibe. Could have some call-out synergy to Yoda himself, potentially. I'm not too sure. Coming at number 9, we have somebody by the name of Quinlan Vos. So this Jedi right here was definitely featured in the Clone Wars. There's a really cool story that was never finished because of the Clone Wars initial cancellation. Hopefully we get to see more of him in the future. He was mentioned in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series by none other than Kenobi. Yeah, so hopefully we get this guy. He's super sick. Potentially has some Massage Ventress synergy as well, because they kind of became a couple, spoiler alert. Now at number 8, another person that a lot of people in Galaxy Theories have talked about is Admiral Trench, because he's actually already in the game in the Lord Vader event. You take him out with General Skywalker, which is pretty interesting. So his whole model is already in-game. I'm sure they have plans for this character in future. Would definitely bolster the Separatist faction, and there's a lot of potential there. I could even see him coming as potential Galactic Legend at some point down the road, so that could be really interesting. Now for number 7, we have Moralo Evolve from Star Wars The Clone Wars. This guy is a pretty interesting bounty hunter. He's a bit of a mastermind. I could see him being a great leader, great addition to the bounty hunters. We can never say no to more bounty hunters, you know what I'm saying? Chuck him in with like Rako Hardeen, Cad Bane, potential call-out synergy there once again. Would be really, really cool to see. Not too sure if we'll get this guy, but here's the hoping. Coming at number 6, somebody that's just been everywhere but never made it into this game is Saw Gerrera. Now this guy's been in literally like every trilogy, I swear, it's crazy. Saw Gerrera is a relic, absolute relic. He's super cool, a lot of kit capabilities there, definitely Rebel fighter. Has to be, right? Would be pretty interesting putting him in under Mon Mothma, considering that Mon Mothma and him share very different idealisms, even though they're both rebel, and would be really cool to see Saw Gerrera in, man. Would be sick. Now cracking into the top 5, at number 5 we have Cobb Vanth. Now Timothy Oliphant, Cobb Vanth, incredible character from The Mandalorian. I love this guy. He's super sick, always badass, well played, well portrayed. Great storyline. Thought he died, he didn't die. Would be awesome to see this guy once again. A lot of kit capabilities. You might even want to have him with like Boba Fett's armor if you wanted. But unlikely. He might just be the Marshal from Mos Pelgo rather. And that would be super duper sick. With that sleek hair. Sleek hair. Love this guy, man. Now for our number 4 spot, coming in at 4th place in the top 25, we have Crosshair from the Bad Batch. Now, I'm sure CG had plans for this guy. We just somehow never saw him come along with the Bad Batch. We even got Omega, and we still are yet to see Crosshair. Maybe potential legendary sound down the road, potential marquee for the Empire. I guess we'll see where his story takes us. Might defect back to the clones after defecting to the Empire, you never know. Super cool character, definitely gonna have like some sniper shot vibes, potential like explosives, rebound shots, all the stuff we saw in the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch for Crosshair. Really cool character. Now for number 3, coming in from the Clone Wars era once again, we have General Pong Krell. Now, this guy was largely hated, possibly the most hated Star Wars character ever. Because rightfully so, he was a total asshole, right? But he would be such a sick character. 2 double-bladed lightsabers. He could have some really interesting kit synergy with like both the 501st and the 212th clones. Obviously the Battle of Umbara, he put them against each other. That could be a really, really interesting kit mechanic there. I'm not sure how it would work, but he would definitely need some clones on his team, and that would be insane, if I'm being completely honest. Now for our number 2 spot, we have none other than Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order. Awesome character, awesome game. Like I said, haven't played it, but I have watched the story. Pretty sick. A lot of people have always talked about Cal Kestis, and I'm sure they're going to do a Cal Kestis drop, and a bunch of the other characters from that game when the sequel drops next year, I believe, or the year after, I'm not too sure. Now for our number 1 spot, we have a Mandalorian by the name of Pre Vizsla. Now this guy was so badass, man. Everything from his armor, to his vibe, to his voice lines, to his Darksaber. This guy had the Darksaber, man. Ruled over Death Watch and Mandalore. Would be absolutely insane to have in this game. I know I've said those words like 16 times already, but seriously, his capabilities with the jetpack, with the Darksaber, with his explosives, and just another Mandalorian into the mix would be awesome to see. So that's going to wrap up today, you guys. Thank you a ton for watching. That is the top 25. If you guys want me to make more lists like this for different categories, like characters that need a new variation of themselves, or non-canon characters, I could do non-canon as well. That could be really sick as well. Do be sure to let me know. Be sure to subscribe, follow up the Twitch, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, and bye-bye.